winners, champions, go-getters, welcome back to the channel. Hope you've been doing amazing. Thank you for joining me today. Please let me remind you real quick, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. The channel needs your support. I need your support, and I'm always so grateful and thankful to have you here with me. So let's talk about problems, issues, right? So we live life, we face problems. The two just come hand in hand, and I'm sure you've experienced problems yourself. I'm sure you've experienced ups and downs. We all experience those at home, at our workplaces, in our personal relationships, our family relationships. It's just problems just happen. We do not desire for them to happen, but they do happen. And when they happen, we shouldn't allow them to have such a negative effect on us. And so that's why I'm excited about these tips that I would like to share with you today. In my book, Success on Your Terms, I dedicated a whole chapter on obstacles and how to overcome them. So the problems that we face in life are obstacles, and some of them can be minor, some of them can really be, difficult for us to deal with. But at the end of the day, how we handle them, how we approach them really helps. So I have 3 tips to share with you today that will hopefully help you to not be overwhelmed when you face problems. The first tip is, do not allow problems to define you. We all face problems, and they come at us sometimes to challenge us, sometimes to see how bad we want something. And they just happen, and they can be painful, they can be difficult to deal with. And they can sometimes really shaken us as human beings. So it is important to not allow problems to define you. I met somebody the other day, and she was going through lots of issues, and she felt that that was part of who she was. Like, she was going through this because she had made mistakes, she had done this, she had done that. And I had to really help her to understand that yes, she was facing those problems, but they didn't have to define her. The rest of her life did not have to be defined by the problems that she was going through. So do not allow problems to define who you are. Understand that they are temporal. They don't come to stay. And if you're able to navigate them calmly and patiently, you will go through them. They will pass, and you will move on, and you would have overcome them. So do not let problems define you. Number 2, do not allow problems to impose on your life. So do not allow issues and obstacles and problems and difficulties that you're facing to turn you into somebody that you are not. And what I mean by this is, when we face difficulties, when we have problems that we face maybe with our loved ones in personal relationships, as our spouses, our partners, those that are close to us, those that we felt were special to us, and we begin to encounter problems, it can have an impact on us because of the pain. The pain can get us to become bitter, so now you're angry, you're upset, you want to fight back, you want to call the person out, you want to talk about it to everybody. So you see that begins to color your energy. It begins to affect you in a negative way, and it begins to turn you into somebody that probably you were not. You can look at it like a river, a wave it's passing through your life, and it's gonna, by tomorrow, by next week, next month, that wave will be gone. So don't allow that wave to define who you are, and don't allow that wave to impose upon you something that you are not. So that's number 2. Number 3, do not allow problems to derail you. So personally, what I do when I'm going through issues that are difficult and maybe hurtful is I just remind myself that it's a phase. You are on the path, you have a purpose, you have a mission, you have a goal, and it's important to stay focused. So like the wave that will pass, don't allow something temporal to take control of your destiny. So don't allow problems to derail you. Just walk through them. Tell yourself, I'm going to cry through it. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to feel this hurt, but it's temporal. I am going to stay focused. So those are my tips for today. I hope that you find them helpful. Regardless of what you're going through, you are not alone. It's not because you're a bad person. It's not because you deserve it. None of us deserves bad things to happen to us, but they happen. And at the end of the day, you will overcome because you're a champion.